I was tagged on this a lot. Is it? Yes, yes, I read you. What's worse, I can hear you. It's a pretty good movie. The premise is faulty, but Father Goose, one of Cary Grant's last movies. And you all tag me in this thing by Chris Williamson, who I don't hate. And it's the chart. Do you wish people hit on you? We're going to take a very scientific and intellectually rigorous approach to this sociological phenomenon. Do you wish people hit on you? More or less. Number 2,315. These data and statistics, I helped Myron with his latest book. I've done my book, and you look at these, and you're like, man, this is not. I doubt this was done terribly scientifically, but it's all the data we got. So I don't know. Just look out, guys. Here's whatever. Before we even do here, you want to just be a lot easier. Why don't you all do, guys? Why don't you do this? This would be easy. 10's a nice round number, right? You could get into deciles. Go ask out 10 girls that you think are attractive. Go ask out 10 girls. Let me know how many show up on the date. Okay, just let me know. Not how many say yes, not how many give you a number or whatever you kids do. How many of them show up on the date? And there's your answer. You'll find out how interested women are. There's been another, this is, I do believe the statistics. I believe this, and I actually am agreeing that you should ask out more women. But it is not, as the statistics present themselves, as easy as it might be, because we have other real world data. Probably the best data that's ever come out on this, and that's online dating. Look, hey, ladies, you could have gone out. Look, Bumble and Match Group and Tinder and Swindler and Booby and Bobby. They could have all been profitable if, I don't know, if women just went on dates. But they don't. Some do. I don't want to sound like the doomer gloomer. I think you still should be asking out women, but it's an issue of lies, damn lies, and statistics. So the chart, let me pull it up. What was the context? I think they just did a survey. I forget who did the survey. Do you wish people hit on you more or less? Survey of 2,315 people. I'm going to assume a split between male and female, about 50-50. Men, 92% of men wish women would hit on them more. 8% of men said no, which is a fascinating statistic. Just so you know, when you're an economist or a statistician, whatever, and for decades you pull numbers and data here or there and here, and then all of a sudden another number from a completely different angle will pop up. You're like, wait, that's the same number. And if you look at Dataclysm, it was written by a guy who was the data chief or something at OkCupid. Forgot what it was. I think it's in, is it my book or my God? The data all goes, it's either in Myron's latest book or it's in my book. I don't want to threesome with Jesus, where if you look at the statistics and the data, at about 8%, the top 8% of men, it just skyrockets. So here's if you want to know what the interest of women is in men based on men's looks on a scale of 1 to 10, at 0, it's 0. There's actually a little bit of a bump up because there's somebody. And then it more or less flat lines. Now it's going up linearly, slowly, very shallow slope. So, a 7 is going to get more interest in girls than a 6 more than 5, but man, once it hit, and we're not talking once you hit an 8, when you get to the top I'm sorry, the top 8%, meaning a 9.2 on the 1 through 10 scale, assuming linearity, linearness, straight lineness, then it skyrockets. I've talked about that where it's a critical mass of plutonium and have a nuclear reaction or escape velocity of Earth, whatever. That I did, God, because I edited one, I wrote the other. That is in I Don't Want a Threesome with Jesus. That is in I Don't Want a Threesome with Jesus. It's for you Christian people that aren't having sex because your wife doesn't like sex. Sorry, that's what it is. It's what it is. How dare you, sir? Anyway, getting back to the statistic, 8% of the men don't, because I was asking, well, who the heck are the 8% of the men that don't want to get hit on? Like, I love it when I get hit on. What guy doesn't love? Oh, unless it happens to you every day. Unless you're that top 8%, which almost exactly maps on to the data in dataclysm, where if you're in that top 8%, the women are just pawing at you. 8%, not an 8. That's technically top 30%. 8, 9s, and 10s. We're talking 9.2 and higher. So that is, you say, well, who's the 8%? It's that guys who just get constantly hounded, just like the women. Now let's move to the female chart. 69% wish they got hit on by more, and everyone is going to the obvious saying, look, women want men to hit on them more. It's like, okay, and 31% of them don't. And now I got to ask the same question. Let's use another statistic coming from a different angle. What percent of marrying age women are overweight? And what percent are not? Now, if I remember correctly, it was something like 69, 70% of women of marrying age are fat, obese, or overweight. I categorize y'all fat. You're just fat. I think, and that goes universally for guys too. If you're simply not overweight, you're in the top 30%. Oh my gosh, are you saying the thin, attractive women are the ones also getting sick and tired of being hit on all the time? So here's the problem. 69% of women would like you to hit on them more. Okay, cool. What percentage of them are attractive? And I almost guarantee you, if we were to go and look at the 69%, I like to get hit on more versus the 31%, men are hitting on me too much. The 31% are going to be the ones that are attractive ones, and the ugly ones are going to be the 69%. So that's what I'm going to get. Yeah. Now, is there going to be an attractive woman who would like to be hit on more? Sure, probably fine. But generally, I'm going to assume the same problem that faces the 8% men. By the way, I mean, if you want to see it, go watch the Thunder Down Under guys or the Chippendales. Those guys are like, you think that might be great until you get it. And then it's like getting junk mail. You're like, no, I want to go home and sleep. I want to read a book. I want to go to church. So I'm going to bet the 31% of the women who don't want to be hit on more are the ones who get hit on so much that it's not novel. It happens to them all the time, and they're sick of it, and they have every right to be. Unfortunately, they're also the attractive ones. So, guys, the ones who are out of shape, but let's just be honest, you men are also equally out of shape. Different. I'm just saying the ones with the tattoos and the hair, I'm going to guess a very high percent of the 69% of the women who'd like to be hit on more, there's a reason men aren't hitting on them more. And the ones who don't want to be hit on more would be the ones that you would be interested in hitting on. So we got that. The other couple other notes here. One, let me move this over here. I am still of the opinion you should be asking more girls out. It's just easier. Ask them out in person. However, I am aware of the risks nowadays, I guess, for you young guys out there, where when I first heard, oh, they're going to put me on blast. I'm like, so fucking what? They put you on blast. And now I realize, oh, a lot of girls, when a guy asks a girl out because it's so rare, they're going to glom onto that, whether they like you or not. And there's a really good chance they'll post it on the internet or social media or whatever. Oh my God, look, Timmy and whatever. I'm trying to think, what's a high school course? Jimmy Jimerson in geometry hit on me. Geometry Jimmy. He asked me out. Social media, and like, all right, if you live on the internet, I guess that'd be a drawback. I still wouldn't let that hold it against you, but I have not Jimmy Jimerson. I've had a couple clients of men, one who was on that, not T, he was on the Are We Dating the Same Guy at Facebook. He had to move cities where he dated because he had a very, well, he still does have a very prestigious, highly visible. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just dating a bunch of gals. He's not married. He doesn't probably turn you guys on if he was. He had to go and date in a different town because it was starting to have the potential to have an effect on his very hard, well-earned career. And so, especially nowadays, it used to be, now, just so you know, I think the fear is a little bit overblown. Depends on who you are. I don't think I've ever had like a really bad experience. Like I've had bad experiences with girls like, yeah, not with you or whatever. They're just being mean. But I've not had it where she hit me in my face or ran over my legs or filmed it, though that would probably predate my days. Um, if I've asked out a girl, the vast majority of the time, they're polite or they just, well, okay. The vast majority of the time say, no, I have a boyfriend. And a lot of it was like, no, I have a boyfriend. So there's a little meanness there. Fine. Okay. Other time, oh, no, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. Or they were just, oh, thank you, but no, I have a boy. It's been very polite. It's been civil. So I don't think the risk is all that big. Also, if you're asking a girl out in person, there's no text or message or whatever for them to screenshot and show their besties. If they break out the phone and they start filming you, yeah, you might want to leave. So I don't believe this should deter men. I think 69%. They want to, okay, good, go. Because what are you going to do? Go online dating? That's my main reason you should be asking girls out in person, because online dating is a waste of fucking time and no one's expecting it. It's completely open, exposed flank. Go watch my video on what is it? The airstrike or whatever I called it. How to quickly ask a girl out in person. However, here's the issue of it's not that men, I really don't believe men are afraid of rejection. I mean, yes, some are, and who isn't at some level. I think it's that they don't want to bother or be rude. And when you see videos of that evil looking blonde bitch, do not approach, like all these women trying to get clickbait and make a living on TikTok and not a job, and they stir up the pot. I think that has colored many young men's opinions and perception of their statistical chances of what could happen, especially in a negative light. And when they hear, okay, a third of women or 30% of women don't want to be asked out, I don't think they take the time to say, well, that's probably the really snooty, attractive girls. But if I ask out like a pretty mid or something like that, or if I know this gal, or, so what, I ask them out just because they don't want to be asked, doesn't mean they're going to be rude about it, right? They could be in the 31% and not be rude. They say, oh, thank you very much, but no. All right. And they say, God, I wish these guys would stop asking me out. I think the men just want to be polite. Say, God, okay, for every 3 girls I'm going to ask out, here's what the numbers break down to. 2 are going to be okay with it. 1 is not going to like it. And if you were to assume all the drama and the bullshit you see from vile feminist TikTokers and in social media influencers and shit stirrers like Yana Hawking and all these other fraudulent journos, you would think, oh my God, they're going to sue me. They're going to kick me in my ass. They're going to call my employer, which what? It's not illegal to ask out a girl. I think men go to the immediately the worst case scenario, which is overblown by women's old behavior on the internet. Some ill actors, some intellectually dishonest actors, I would say. A lot of ladies, by the way, if you want to be asked out more, you better go, you find out your girlfriend is doing a TikTok drama channel. Like, oh my God, men suck. Well, maybe you ought to tell her to knock that off. That's not my battle to fight, though. I think men, for the most part, like, okay, I ask out 3 girls, 2 might be okay with it, but 1's not going to be. Do you want to offend that one person to be okay with the other 2? right? I'm not saying we're as polite and honorable as the Japanese. Far from it. We're Americans. We're nowhere near as honorable or polite. But I think men are just like, yeah, I saw you like 1 in 3. And of course, yes, you could be, it's going to require context. If she's smiling at you and all that other stuff, you can go up to her and ask her out. I mean, there's going to be some tells, but those tells aren't always. I've literally had girls like, hey, how you doing? What do you want? Well, you were looking at me. I thought maybe you want. Just because a girl looks at you, they're like, okay, fine. This was, of course, Minnesota, by the way. So maybe you all just avoid Minnesota and the upper Midwest in general. You should be all right. I think that third, you say, yeah, okay, a statistician will, yeah, go ask out more girls. I'd be like, yeah, go ask out more girls, even though most of those probably aren't the greatest looking ones, but at least they want to be asked out more. A polite man, which you presume girls all claim to want, he's like, oh, yeah, okay, I can ask 2 girls out, but I'm going to offend a third one. And they don't, yeah, like, well, if you were, I'm trying to think of something to be the equivalent to women. If you had 3 pairs of shoes in front of you, I guess this would be the way to kind of maybe put it. You got 3 pairs of shoes in front of you. Your choices are to buy 1 pair of those shoes or buy none at all, right? You either have to buy 1 pair, you can't buy all 3, you got to buy 1 pair, or you don't buy them at all. But one of those 3 pairs, people are going to say, those are the ugliest fucking shoes I've ever seen. Like, people will publicly admonish you, right? Or even worse, talk behind your back. And you can't tell which one it is, right? You don't know. Would you risk buying the pair of shoes? You got a 2/3 chance, but you got a 1/3 chance of people saying those are the shittiest fucking shoes, either to your face or worse, behind your back. And since we live in frenemy world and girl world, it's always behind your back. You need a short haircut, girlfriend. You need to eat a sandwich. So that is you say, oh, look, see, it's only 31%. I'm thinking like, yeah, you're right. That wouldn't defaze me. But some people like, okay, so I'm going to offend 1 in every 3 people I talk to. Some men are that polite. Some men are that polite. And then I want to know, here, let me go pull up the chart again. Let me ask, do you wish people hit on you more or less? 69% of women said more. I once again invoke these statistics of online dating. You get hit on there all the time. Do you want to get hit on or do you want to go on dates? What percent of the time is the hitting on? Why do you want to get hit on? So you could go on dates, or is it to get attention? Right? Like if girls were hitting on me and propositioning me, great. That's cool. Unless you're okay being a side piece or something. Not going to happen. It's the same thing. Of course, everybody loves attention. Wait, you're saying people love attention? No kidding. Everybody loves it except for the people getting too much attention because they're too attractive. In a certain sense, they're too attractive. They get too much attention, so they're sick of it. And you're saying everybody else would like to have more attention? Cool. Does that mean getting hit on does not mean going out on dates? And I guarantee you, every girl, except for, I guess, the really pretty ones, were offended that I asked them out. It happened every once in a while. But most girls, when you ask them out, they love it. Majority of them aren't going to go out with you, but they still love getting hit on. And so, yes, I understand Chris's point, everybody else's point. It's still my point. I'm still like, yeah, you might as well go ask them out. It's still the best thing to do. But that doesn't mean 2/3 of the girls you ask out are going to go on a date with you. It doesn't mean the reason that they want to get hit on more is because they want to go on more dates. I'm going to tell you right now, the number one reason they want men to hit on them more is to get attention. The reason 92% of men want women to hit on them more, which rarely ever happens, is because they want to go on date. Okay, men want to have sex. If we could just skip the whole dating shit, that would be wonderful. But no, we gotta go through. Oh my god, that's amazing! You're just like every other girl and majoring in dumb shit. And you vote Democrat, and you have that. Oh, you have the exact same opinions. Oh, you're so unique and special from all the other girls, exactly fucking like you. I'll be honest. 92% of the men, they do want dates. It would go somewhere and ultimately would go to sex, which again, not every girl is perfectly okay with. But yeah, let's be honest. To get hit on, yeah, that's not going on dates. That's not dating. So there you go. At the same time, though, link below is a link to my book, The Book of Numbers Analyze the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. To this date, it's the best study I've ever done or I've ever seen done, calculating the pursuit of women for you boys, obviously. And then if you want to just invert all the numbers, lady, it would be the pursuit of men for you. I mean, you could just take the flip side of the stats. But at the end of the book, and I'm not giving anything away here, there are two things you can do to drastically increase your chances with women. One is go to the gym. The second is ask out more girls. And the third is be taller. But that third one you can't do anything about. But you can ask out a lot more girls. And by the way, it's go to the gym first and then ask out more girls. Don't ask out more girls and then go to the gym. You just wasted all your time at the gym and asking. You got to go to the gym first, then you ask out the girls. But yes, the number two thing you can do after you do the number one thing is you ask out a lot of girls. And I would say do it in person. Let's see what Rob says.
Or, oh man, no, this ain't good. Okay, so change it up. Don't do that again. And then I do. It's not easy, but it is simple. But it all comes back to you. It all comes back to me. It all comes back to, do I like myself?
See, there you go. Rob over at Rob Says on his YouTube. There's such wisdom. You don't even need me anymore. You just got rare. Rob Says, everybody. You can find him on YouTube. But yes, ask out more girls. Ask them out in person. Don't ask them out on the end. Ask them out in person. Your chances only go up. The worst thing they do is you get a snivelly, mean, no, I have a 500. Like, okay, cool. It's fine. One of the best thing you guys can get used to is rejection, where it's just like, okay, cool. That's fine. Moving along. So I do believe it, but if you want to know your real stats, go get the Book of Numbers, Analyze the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. It's linked below. I would not say, oh my God, 2/3 of the girls are going to say yes. No, they're going to 2/3. Here's the best way to read that chart. 2/3 of the girls are going to like it that you're hitting on them. Oh, no, that has nothing to do with whether they're going to go out on a date or you're going to get their number. But they are going to like the fact you're hitting on. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the chart proved that women like attention. Whoa! What would we do without the sociologists? Great polling, Evan. Oh, let's go to the super chat. Hat and clogs, $5. Saw your thumbnail. Good luck on your weight loss goal. I'm already down 2 pounds, a pound a day. You see, I got to update it because different Rob, not Rob Says, Rob, Hispanic guy, Rob. Vince, okay, I'm a little, like my ideal goal, my ideal weight is $149. Okay, I'm 5'9", $1.49. I start to get 4-pack abs, right? I was at $156. I'm still charging up hills. I'm still going to the gym. I can still run miles. And Vince, just because I'm like posing and there's like a little bit of gut on my tight fitting muscle shirt, he's like, hey, fatty, hey, chungus. And so I was like, really? I mean, you're not in bad shape either, but I bet you could lose a little bit of weight. So we now have our weight loss competition. Me, him, Megatron, Rob. What was the guy's name? His handle. I forgot. I got him on the spreadsheet. It's like 5 or 6 of us. And Megatron is the only one who really needs to lose the weight for health reason. Vince, this guy, he says he wants to lose 5 pounds. I got to go down 7. But I'm already down 2. You don't eat carbs, and you don't eat until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And that's it. That's all you do. And then you just get a little bit hungry, and you just endure the hunger. That's how you lose weight, boys and girls. And I did also hike and go to the gym in the same day. So there is that. But there's different foods than chicken tendies. Maybe try a salad or drink some H2O. I do. I have no low carb, no carb stuff. I don't drink regular soda. I have Element, which is a really good hydration drink. I have soda water. Ice waters are really good. Yeah, there's a lot. There's even like a low carb ice cream that actually works. I mean, you can't eat the whole carton, but you can have a little bit of ice cream here and there. Mark Magana, $5. Ex-girlfriend 46 is flexing because she's dating a 30-year-old army dude she met on Tinder. I don't have the heart to tell her she's recreational use. Mark, God has given you. Okay, Mark, here. Now, how do I do this? How do I do this? Better idea. Mark, you're at a movie. Okay. God has given you this perfect center seats, nice clean seats, very comfy. It leans back. The movie that is happening in front of you is not real. She's not a human being. She's an NPC. You don't know this army guy. He's effectively an NPC. Now, he might become your friend. You don't have to yell at the character. You don't have to yell at the screen. Like RoboCop doesn't hear you. So you just get to sit and enjoy the show, Mark. You don't have the heart to tell her because she wasn't going to listen to it because she's not real. She is not there. I am not here. All right. So just enjoy the show. God put on this great show for you. And you just watch it unfold. And then the movie's gonna be like if it sticks around for a while, you'd be like, oh, that poor military guy. Oh. And you report back to us and you tell us about the movie you saw, and then maybe we go see our movie. But what's great about God is he gives us all of our own movies for us to watch and sequels and different franchises, different girls with different mistakes and different crazy chaos. I wish I remembered the last name of the gal that punched me, which doesn't narrow it down. There were several. But the one that punched me because I did not want to sleep with her anymore. I want to know how she's doing. Okay, Lord, $5. You can't say what I want. F you, YouTube. I'd rather have sleep than give women attention. Sleep is so much more important than chasing. I'll tell you girls too. Get good sleep. It's more important than boys. It's more important. Okay. It's more important than getting attention from boys at the nightclub. You are going to be in. I wonder how much of your depression, ladies, would go away if you, one, stop with the antidepressants, two, stop drinking heavily, three, stop winning out night clubbing, and you just got yourself a good night's rest and got a good run the next day. And a nice day. You get enough sun too. I know that's not possible for Seattleites and Portlanders because that's the world's most miserable white people right there. But outside of that, get good sleep, both you boys and girls, and see if that doesn't help with your mental health. Ken Rose says hi for $2. Hello, Ken. And then Cyberbully, $5. There aren't many mid women out there. Either the girl is a super thin hot woman or an overweight girl. It is pretty polarized. Interesting. I'm kind of curious where I see I don't see a classic belt. I just see a very few elite group of hot women. And then it's just, it goes thin, but I fucked up my face with tattoos or hair, just an attitude in PBRF, BBR bar, BRF, BF, PR face. And then it just explodes into Walmart weight. And yeah, then again in Vegas, you do have a class of women who are the workers, like the cocktail waitresses and the performers and the ladies of the evening and the strippers. So they all, you could kind of almost tell, like, oh yeah, take old fake biddies. That's the first way you could tell. But that's less than 1% of the population. You're like, oh yeah, everything looks like the Midwest now. Okay, just everyone's a little more tan down here. All right, that's it. The Book of Numbers analyzing ROI in the pursuit of women. Link below. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.